To answer. So by now, our clinical workload had become very pressurised and very intense. And I was finding that even on my half days, I couldn't always finish my clinical work in time to pick the kids up from school. And then I was having to log back in after bedtime to do my admin work. And I found that I was irritable, I couldn't stop thinking about work. I was miserable with the children, I couldn't play with them properly, and I started to feel quite guilty. And eventually I started to have suicidal thoughts and nasty mental images of harm happening to me, and I sought help from my GP. We'd been really lucky at that time that we had a locum who was very, very experienced, and when my GP advised me to take time off work, she was able to step up and do all of the work that I was doing, including the partnership work, which was really the thing that allowed me to step back and take time off. And I am incredibly grateful to her because I think she probably saved my life. And so I had 2 months off. I came back on a phased return, and I realised that the workload was so intense that I was going to struggle to manage to achieve a work-life balance as a partner. And so I eventually left the partnership in the end of 2019. So throughout the pandemic I've been working as a locum, and I've just taken on a salaried job, and it has been incredibly refreshing to be able to focus on the part of the job that I really enjoy, which is actually seeing patients and building those relationships with patients that are therapeutic for them. And I think that's where the magic is in general practice. Of course, that is the part that is supposed to be funded by the global sum, and it's the bit that is the most undervalued and underfunded. And I really take my hat off to all the GP partners who have worked through this pandemic and steered their practices through all the changes that they've had to go through. After everything that I've been through myself, I am not at all surprised that we now have a GP crisis on our hands.